What is up, YouTube? It's the franchise guy, coming again with another episode of Phillies franchise. You see right here, the Rockies defeat the Athletics in the 2019 World Series. David Dole is the MVP. Matt Chapman, postseason MVP for the American League. And Tony Walters is the World Series MVP. Way to go, Tony Walters, the left-handed that, took Cole Irvin deep. Still mad about that. So we need a manager, hitting coach. So alright, gotta look at some coaches right now. Look at some retired players. Bartolo Colon and Ichiro Suzuki. As long as this is about to retire from age. Cargo retires from injury. Alvaro Perez retires. Nelson Cruz retires. Edwin Jackson, Jose Lobaton, Jesse Chavez, Josh Tomlin, Rajay Davis. Ben Zobrist retires. That's a new one. Usually sticks around for a couple years. Adam Wainwright retires from ability. Greg Holland retires. David Freese, that's another weird one. Usually he sticks around a little bit longer. Eric Ibar retires twice. Jose Bautista retires. Joaquin Benoit's there. Dominic Brown. Tyler Cloyd. Ross Detweiler. I'm just looking for players that I know. Jacoby Ellsbury actually retires, a free agent, so that's pretty wild. Ichiro Suzuki makes the Hall of Fame, so he's our first ever official Hall of Famer. 3,126 hits, 118 home runs, 796 RBIs, 310 career batting average. Take a look at these guys. Gonna see what they want, and we're not re-signing 30-plus-year-old relief pitchers. Not gonna happen. Take a look at our coaching staff: Chris Young, Billy Kidd, Dusty Watton, and Adam Arlanado, Arlanado, Arlano. Don't know how to say his name, but looking for some managers who don't have bunting as their primary control. But it looks like every manager like here that's an A, it's gonna have bunting. I think there's one, I don't know where he's at, but he has bunting and then he has drag bunting as his pluses. So not what we really want. So John Malee, the hitting coach that we used to have, Skip Schumacher would not be a bad one. He always seems like he ends up as a coach. Don't know why. Sandy Alomar, Andy Green. This guy's got disciplined bunting, and I mean, everyone wants an A coach. You know what I mean? No one wants like a B coach because it affects the morale for some reason really weirdly. If you have a B coach because you don't have a great coaching staff, you could have Tony La Russa, but if he's only like a B attribute grade, they're not gonna like him. That's a Bob Melvin. Um, Mickey Callaway, look at that. Mickey Callaway's there, younger than who was that? If I re-sign Pat Neshek and got Mickey Callaway as our manager, Pat Neshek would be older than our manager. So that's just one thing to put out there that maybe he wasn't quite ready to be a manager, Mickey Callaway. But went through all the managers. Ken Giles, no. James Rosen, no. That's not for right now. Kevin Ramirez, look at that bunting, batting clutch, power, contact. I think he's gonna be our guy right here. I mean, we're gonna give him 1.5 a year for 4 years, so let's give him a nice, pretty big boost right there. That's for hitting coach. I'm sorry, our hitting coach right there. Terry Bradshaw for a manager. That'd be great. Now we're on the manager. I didn't even realize that we're in hitting coaches. So managers now, not hitting coaches. Dennis Jenkins. I was wondering why our manager is getting paid so little. But Dennis Jenkins, 4-year, $20 million deal. So lock him up for, I guess, his age 48th season. Kevin Ramirez accepts our offer, so he's our new head coach for the 2020 season. Sim through date again, looking for that hitting coach sign. Last day to qualify offers. It's fine. I'm not going to be too upset by that. Dennis Jenkins accepts. So we have a new manager, new hitting coach. Take a look at free agents right now. We got Strope, Craig Stammen, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Colin McHugh, Gardner, Luke Gregerson, Tanner Roark. There's Cole Hamels, former Philly right there. And starting pitching. I mean, a lot of rumors about him coming back to Philadelphia. Am I going to bring back Cole Hamels? Don't know necessarily yet, but it'd be pretty cool to bring him back, I think. I think that we do need to add a pure bona fide lefty to our rotation. So, someone like a Cole Hamels, maybe Hyun-Jin Ryu would help out our rotation a ton. And Harvey's here, Wade Miley, Rich Hill. I mean, a big Rich Hill guy like 4 years ago when he blew up out of nowhere and got this huge extension. Now they're like, oh, now we have this 40-year-old pitcher making $17 million a year. But Juan Nicasio, Jake Diekman could use another lefty in the bullpen. Jake Diekman's a very big, get right there. Could go for Zach Duke. Jared Hughes, current Philly right there. And his crazy eyes. Jamar Gomez, could always bring him back again. Bruce Rondon, Fernando Rodney, Tony Sipp's a big-time lefty. Not as big right now as he was. Sean Doolittle, Will Smith. Could definitely be some big-time lefties to go after. But I feel like they're going to want too much money, and they want to be closers, and we have a closer. We just need a solid shutdown lefty in our bullpen. Catchers, I mean, currently we have Evan Gaddis as our backup, and after that we have Andrew Knapp, MJ Melendez, Devi Grulian, and Austin Nola. So I'm pretty sure we're good on catchers for right now. First baseman, again, we don't really need a first baseman. We have Nick Prado and we have Reese Hoskins. So we're good with them. Tommy Joseph. We could always bring someone back just to be like minor league depth because say Hoskins gets hurt. I mean, I guess then at that point we do have someone like a David Bodie. We can move Knapp to first. We can move JT to first. We have backup first baseman. There's not preferred backup first baseman. You know what I mean? So it's always fun when that stuff kind of comes out. But third baseman, we're solid on. We don't need a third baseman. We have Bryce Harper and Alec Baum. Could always move Harper back to the outfield, move him maybe somewhere else in the infield. Alex Gordon right there, Peter Borges, former Philly, Dustin Ackley, Ryan Rua, Darnell Sweeney, Michael Saunders is a former Philly right there. That was a horrible failed, attempt to bring in a power lefty. But moving forward, we have just a bunch of players who are just more or less organizational depth. No one really here that start. Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, Lonnie Chisenhall, Hunter Pence. Could always bring him back. Is a huge Hunter Pence fan when he was here. One of my favorite videos on Twitter, on his Twitter, Instagram, was Andrew McCutcheon making fun of how he swings the bat. Really funny. But we're going to offer Hyun-Jin Ryu a 1-year contract. Gonna try to see where he levels out at. We want him in our rotation. We want a lefty. He's 10-13 last year. Not a winning record, that's fine. But just under 200 strikeouts and a 2.62 ERA. I think he's a very suitable starter for our rotation. We'll also be bringing back Cole Hamels too, or attempting to at least. The 36-year-old went 16-10 with a 202 innings pitched, 183 strikeouts, and a 3.82 ERA. Fan favorite right here, Cole Hamels. Slot him into the back of our rotation, and I think he will, do wonders. At 16-10 with the Cubs. Our offense is better, so I think that if he does come back, it would be great. Bringing back another former Philly in Jake Diekman, at least attempting to a 2-year deal right now for $4.5 million a year. Gonna be in our bullpen. We need a shutdown lefty, and I think Diekman, had a 5.73 ERA, but I believe that's just because he's not really playing in a organization that's gonna help him out. He played for like the Diamondbacks and I think the Royals, so those are just some bad teams. 100 pence, we need a right-handed bat to pair with Jay Bruce in right field. So at a 1-year, $600,000 deal, I mean, you can't get wrong with that right there. The 36-year-old will come back, play against lefties, will come off the bench, and that'll be it right there. But here's a look at everyone we've attempted to re-sign right there. So not too bad at all. I mean, we still got to offer our own players that. Jose Alvarez, you're not coming back. Sorry, bud. We're gonna offer arbitration to Hector Neris. I mean, Hector Neris, 1.8, not the worst, but hey, he can't pitch against lefties. So Zach Eflin, the dark horse Cy candidate right there, gonna offer him a super lowball offer. We're gonna lowball pretty much everyone for arbitration. That's pretty much the point of arbitration. Lowball them all. Adam Morgan, I mean, he thought he should probably be in our major league bullpen, but no, we're gonna lowball him again. Just keep him in the minors. And same with Daniel Norris. Daniel Norris, better have I mean, the season coming up, I think Daniel Norris needs to have like a big year. Just saying, really, because if he's not, he's gonna be probably shipped out for younger talent within the system. Because we have like JoJo Romero, we have Cole Irvin. If he can ever figure out what he's doing down there, but I think the main point for that is you got to figure out what he needs or what we need really, because we have a lot of pitching depth right now that can be moved to the bullpen. Because we have Chad Kuhl, who's probably going to replace. He's probably going to replace what's his face in the bullpen. Chad Kuhl is going to replace Jared Eichhoff. I think Chad Kuhl is more of a flamethrower, but we're going to lock up Adonis Medina and what's his face? I keep forgetting these players' names, and uh, it pains me to forget that I can't remember these names. Adam Hazley. Adam Hazley got a 6-year deal. We're gonna give Medina a 6-year deal, so his age 29 season just locks him up all throughout arbitration. Roman Quinn, gonna give him an okay deal. Austin Davis. I mean, do we need Austin Davis? I mean, at 2 years, 9.3, we can afford him. Nick Kingham, I got another one of these cusp, starters, bullpen guys. De Los Santos is gonna get an offer. Pretty much everyone's gonna get an offer if they're not asking too much and they're just organizational depth right there. But Mitch Walding, it's too much. Riveri's gonna bring him back. Kyler Murray's coming back. Jordan Alvarez, of course, is coming back. He's our future right there in right field. Andrew Knapp, gonna lowball him a little bit because we're not giving him $2 million a year. Jose Tavares, Dylan Tate. Pretty much just everyone's gonna come back. Yeah. So my main thing for the season coming up is pretty much get to the trade deadline, have as many rookies, depth rookies come up as possible. Just kind of give them a month in the league. Just kind of shuffle them around. So just gives everyone a shot at, showing me what they have, what their future has. I mean, I have a lot of pitching depth in this organization that they're all not going to be able to have roster spots, pretty much. So, we have De Los Santos, Ranger Suarez, Zach Eflin. These are all guys who have made their major league debuts, and we have Dylan Tate. We have, if Cole Irvin is a guy that I want to keep around, we have Cole Irvin. If not, he's a guy that's going to be traded away. He's, as of right now, he's looking at being on that trade away list simply for the fact of how he performed in the postseason. Like it just was not pretty for him, was not a good look for him at all. And I think that it's gonna negatively affect him, and it's gonna bite him. It really is gonna bite him in the backside because we're not gonna have the trust in him. But the biggest start to free agency right now, Marcell Ozuna signs a 4-year deal. Will Smith comes to the National League East with the Braves on a 6-year deal. Eek, what a big signing for a closer. 6-year deal for a closer. Yasmani Grandal heads to Texas on a 5-year, $9.7 million a year deal. So I mean, they get a star player. Colorado scoops up another big free agent in Anthony Rizzo, 11.2 million a year for 3 years, 243. Guess it's fine. Sean Doolittle leaves the National League East and heads to the American League Central on 4-year, $8.46 million deal for the Twins. Josh Donaldson leaves the National League East, heads out west to play with the Dodgers on a 15.65 for 3 years. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work out because he's 34 right now. Only hit 21 home runs, 278 batting average. But Nationals, after losing a closer, bring in Pedro Strip on a 1-year, $6.8 million deal with a 34-year-old right-hander. I mean, Jake Arrieta, taking a look at him right now, 14-8, 202 innings pitched, 189 hits, 187 strikeouts, 23.1 million a year. He's regressing super quickly. So him and Domingo Germán, 8 and 7. He started off super hot and just kind of fell off. 4.44 ERA. Got him to a big extension right there. So it's kind of just in our bullpen right now. We don't really need him. Sandro Ruiz, he was more of organizational trade depth right now of that A overall potential. Kind of just gonna take advantage of that A potential. I mean, he's not really going to amount to anything, it seems like. But Frankie Montas, the 27-year-old right-hander from the Dominican Republic, has 3 years of arbitration available. I mean, he's got some stuff. He's got a huge fastball. We're also looking at AJ Puck, 24-year-old prospect, a little older right now, but I think, put him in our system for a year. He'll be doing just fine. He can make his major league debut next season. But we're going to be making that trade right there. Evan Gattis, in 45 games, hit 7 home runs, making 4.5 this year. The 77-year-old backup catcher. So, I mean, it's just a lot of money for a backup catcher right there. It's a lot of money we don't have. But we're trading him to the Mariners for Joey Gerber. So, just freeing up some money right there. Into the Rule 5 draft right now. You see, J.P. Crawford got picked up by the Indians. That's pretty wild that he got picked up. Take a look at everyone. Taijuan Walker went to the Orioles. Paul Blackburn went to the Marlins. Jarrell Cotton went to the Reds. Anyone else I see that I know? Not that I. Cody Reed. Do I know Cody Reed? I don't know if I know AJ. Maybe it's AJ Reed. I don't know. Take a look at everyone. You got Derek Fisher, Sean Reed Foley, Eric Fede, Justin Schaefer, Chance Cisco, Tyler Wade, a bunch of B potential guys. So, no, we probably won't be looking at any of these guys down here, and don't really want any B potential players. It's gonna be A's or bust pretty much for me. But look at making some pitching depth right here. I mean, look at Sean Reed Foley. He's a guy I want to kind of look at right there. Dylan Maples, Jose Trevino, Hunter Wood. I mean, just Darnell Sweeney, former Phillies guy right there. Tanner Scott, I seen he blows up really well in sim franchises. Yeah, not anyone I really see down here in the B prospects of players I'd be interested in acquiring. Hobie Milner, former Phillies player right there. Look at that. So it's funny, I kind of forgot about him. Jose Fernandez. But all players right here. Sean Reed Foley, the A potential. He's 24 years old, 68 overall. Can easily have a good season and become a mid-70s by the end of the year. From Guam right here, he's a career 2-4 wins, but he's gonna be our guy. Dan Ross accepts arbitration. Zach Eflin accepts arbitration. Adam Morgan accepts arbitration. Hector Neris accepts arbitration. Jared Eichhoff accepts arbitration. Nick Williams, kind of guy we didn't really have a spot for last year, but we're going to be looking to trade him right now, actually. He's listed as a starter, but don't really need him. Jalen Ortiz, another guy who's just in our in our farm system, just going to kind of be log jammed down there. And some of Eloy Merced, a C potential shortstop, kind of be just log jam. Going to trade him to the Miami Marlins for Mauricio Aramis, a potential switch hitting left-handed 18-year-old pitcher. So kind of guy we can throw in our rotation because we're gonna have a stacked rotation guys in the future. And Trevor Rogers, kind of guy made it's going to be a bullpen arm, and Tayron Guerrero, the flamethrower. But if you guys like this episode, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys like the moves I made, definitely tell me what your favorite move was down below. I mean, I think I did a lot of things right to boost this bullpen out. But until next time, you two, peace out, rock on, and make sure you guys stay super classy, and we've got to sign Roman Quinn.